You might like Deadpool, and Deadpool certainly likes Deadpool, but here's a bunch of people who hated it. Not very funny or exciting, I'm afraid. What do you find funny and exciting then? That's like everything that this movie was. And it had a lot of different kinds of humor, so I can't even be like, is an old lady falling on the street funny? Or a gentle little quip?
How can anyone say this is a good film? I don't like superhero films, but as this was also a comedy, I thought it would be funny. Unfortunately, it just wasn't. You figured out your own damn problem in this whole thing. It's like, but for some reason you didn't figure out what you just said. You don't do smart things.
Deadpool would be a decent action flick if it weren't also an homage to Superbad. Beware. It's an homage to Superbad? Yeah, it's just a group of teens trying to get some, you know? That's all it is. I just want McLovin to have a cameo in Deadpool 2. That's all I want.
That was a wonderful movie. Really, the truth is no. Okay, it's inappropriate and not up to my standards. Deadpool is not a superhero, that's what I think. Whoa, right out of left field. What exactly would your standards be for a Deadpool movie? If not this. If not people who love Deadpool spending a decade making a Deadpool movie. Then what? X-Men Origins Wolverine? Is that your jam? Because if that's true.
It's like being trapped in a frat house with a bunch of dude bros who try really hard to be funny and interesting. Nauseating, really. Except there's only one frat boy. And he is interesting. And funny. Is this coming from personal experience? Like, were you actually trapped in a frat house? Because you shouldn't be writing reviews. Fucking call somebody.
Just a pinch of subtlety would have made this somewhat better than the neckbeard's wet dream that is Deadpool. That's the next Nicholas Sparks movie. The Neckbeard's Wet Dream. Coming this Christmas on their Neckbeard.
Too much clowning. I hated it. Will not watch even if it was free. But you watched it, and I'm assuming you paid for it. So what happened? Unless you were taken. Did someone take you to this? Against your will? Because you should fucking call somebody.
Funny if you're still in your puberty. In your puberty? I'm trapped in a glass cage of puberty.
Then fucking call somebody! Since its much hyped irreverence is mostly barely masked juvenile humor, what remains is a fairly dull revenge fantasy film about male insecurities. Shoulder shrug. I like when people write out their actions in their reviews as if we didn't understand your tone. We get it. You didn't like it. I don't need to visualize your shoulder shrug.
It really, really was suck. Meh/10. It really, really was suck. Was it really, really suck or meh? Because you can't have both in the same world.
Hated it, love Ryan, but this was the worst movie in the Marvel Universe. It's so hard to hear that having seen Daredevil.
Entertaining and that's it. Cool.
I didn't laugh once. The movie is hot garbage, reveling in immaturity with dick gags and boobs. Dick gags and boobs. It sounds like a store that just sells crazy stuff like, come on down to dick gags and boobs. We've got magic tricks and balloons and prostitution.
This movie is a joke. Don't waste your money on this. It's literally only about sex and violence. It was also very annoying, so please do not waste your money on this movie. Warning! It's only exactly what it is.
Ryan Reynolds' impression of Jim Carrey as the Mask throughout was embarrassing. I feel like there's a big difference between somebody stop me and like jerking off to a stuffed unicorn.
It was terrible and not promoted honestly. This movie is really about a dumbass murderer with a poor makeup job trying to get another murderer to fix his ugly face. I felt more depressed and evil than usual after watching this film. Stan Lee as the strip club DJ. I'll pass. Suicide Squad is greater than Deadpool. Dare I say Daredevil was better? Did you only see the Valentine's Day gag promo for this? Is that what's going on right now?
There's no dead Paul's her. What? the f***?
This movie is disgusting. To rate this trash as PG-13 is a new low for our society. Where did you get PG-13 out of this? It was specifically marketed as hard R. And to finish, I turned it off 8 minutes into watching it because it is so filthy.
I must be the only one who didn't like this movie. The only reason I gave it such a high score is that the action was decent, and Mama loves her action scenes. There are two things you don't get in the way of: Mama's action scenes and her Nutella.
Cesspool. The people who like Deadpool have no taste. 0, nil, zilch. It's a gruesome, unfunny, profane, and tasteless watching. It is like staring at a fatal traffic accident. Which is what most people do, including you. I know. Because you're everybody else.
So boring. It was dreadful. The entire story could have been told within 20 minutes. It's just a swear porn for teens. If all it is a swear porn for teens, you might as well give them 2 hours of it, because 20 minutes isn't enough. Not for the kids. The kids who need it.
First superhero movie I've seen that I didn't like. Fantastic Four was better than this crap. Here, 2016. So you're talking about the new one. You probably had a stroke and you should probably fucking call someone.
Well, these reviews were dumb. Thanks so much for watching it and hanging out with us. If you want to see another video, click on one of the ones on the screen. If it's your first time here, hit the subscribe button. Hit the little bell next to it so that you get notified every time we have a new video. And until we see you next time, geek out and game on.